My name is Ekiade Adetunji. All right. So I've been doing designs now for 15 years. And, I've had, so many challenges where coming up with design is concerned. So one of it is the part of not knowing when to stop work on design projects. And that's what I'm going to be teaching you guys how to achieve today. I've had this experience of working on design project that the starting of the project was okay, but because I don't know when to stop work on the project, I end up destroying the look of the project. So I'm going to share tips on how to stop this idea of fighting when to stop on design project. So the first thing I'm going to say here is there's a message, all right? There's a message behind every design project. And as creatives, our job is to build the picture of that message. We use still image to tell story. We use still image to explain the message on every design project we work on. So part of how we do this successfully is by using the right illustration and arranging the element in such a way that the page will look simple, that it will be easier for people to access the information on the project. But what most time always affects us not knowing when to stop is not using the right image. Part of what always affects us not knowing when to stop work on the project is when we don't use the right picture or illustration on the project. So whenever you're working on design project and you notice you're spending forever on the project, check if the illustration you use, if the picture on the project connects with the information on the project. And another thing again is at times we use the right image, but the problem is that the placing of the image is wrong. I'm going to share my screen with you guys now because there's a project I was asked to work on today, and there's a particular picture that I was supposed to use for the project. I realized that the way the characters, the people on the picture appear on the picture won't allow the room to place my content. So I'm going to show you guys how I was able to solve that problem. I spent time looking at, okay, where and how am I going to place my content here? Because if I start arranging elements on this picture the way it is now, it won't help the visibility of the project. So after digesting the whole image, I found out that the best solution to achieve using this image is to crop the image. So after cropping the image, then I'll end up doing this for the client. Now, the reason why I decided to show you guys this now is I want you guys to know that there are times where you need to take out what is not necessary on the illustration. There are times when those things that are not necessary are what is making you not know when to stop work on the project. So your job as a creative is look at the image, see what is not necessary on the image, and then take it out. Now, typography are pictures of words. In fact, we use typography in graphic design like we use pictures. So whenever you're working on design projects, check if the type you have is visible enough for people to see, and check if that type goes with the type of audience or the type of if the type goes with the type of client you're working for. Not using the right type most time is part of what always affects us spending forever on design project. Most especially if the letters, all right, are not very easy to see. That's another thing that always affects us spending forever on design projects. So type is another area where you need to check if you use correctly. So if you use the type correctly, let's say you are using more than two or three types on your project. See if the font pairing is perfect. There are some fonts that don't work together when you place them on your design. Another one is there are some fonts that are not good for lengthy text. One of them is using a display type for lengthy text. It's not always professional. Display type are good for titles. They are always good for headings, like making them bigger. When you use a display type for lengthy text, it always affects the visibility of the project, and this alone can destroy the look of your project. So we use typography like the way we use image on our design project. Make sure that you use the right type on your design project. Then number 3 on my list here is your background. Background is part of what we creatives use to make the information on our project pop. Now, not using the right background on our design project most time always make us look at the project like something is still missing. The background part comes in different categories. There's the color part. There's the use of elements on like shapes on the background, and then there's the use of image on the background. When you notice that your background is affecting the visibility of your information on your design, that background is no more called background, it's called foreground. I'm sure when you look at the definition of background, it means something that is behind. So the use of that background should serve the meaning on your design project. If it is called background, it means you have to make it be at the back, not in front of your element. If I have this gray color as my background color, whatever I'm going to place on this background should be the opposite color of gray. So if I say type again, now you see that I can't really see the type text. Reason is because the color, all right, the value of the color on this type is similar to the value of black on my background. All right, and in graphic design, using the same value as your color is not going to help the look of your elements. It's not going to help it's not going to help the visibility of your content. So what you need to do as creative is to make sure that you use colors that are opposite the color. I mean the color of your background. Now this can now come in different colors. It doesn't have to be white. If I'm going to use blue now, what I'm going to use, previously we had this. So if I'm going to use blue, I'm going to push my value up to something like this, and it will still be visible. If I'm going to use red, then I'll move to red, and I have this. I'm not going to come down here. Then another thing you need to check again, which is still on the background, is the image on your background. I know so many of us, like to use image as our background and then our content on the foreground. If the image on the background is strong, like it's too sharp, it's going to affect the arrangement of your content. Separating of the information from the background is very, very key when working on design project. When you don't do this correctly, it will affect the visibility. It will make you start looking at the project like something is missing. Okay. Another good example of background is this. I'm sure so many of you have seen cameras where you take a picture and then the background is blurry and then the focus is sharper than the background. All right. Now, well, that is called depth of field for those of you that don't know. So the same principle applies to graphic design. So let people know what is the background and let them know what's on the foreground. So then the next thing is the color combination. Wow, color combination is very important in graphic design. In fact, combining color well is another way of, making your project look interesting. Color is how we create emotion on our design project. So when we don't use it the right way, it's going to affect, the beauty of our design. We use color like the way we use scale on design projects. When I say scale, I'm referring to hierarchy. There's the hierarchy part of color where, you control the eye movement on your design project. Okay. Red is one color that people see fast. So whenever you're working on design project, try as much as possible not to make too many red on your design project. You only use red where you want people's attention to look at the design first. I'm still going to go back to that design I showed you guys again, which is this. You realize that on the title, I use red. I didn't use red again on any other information, on any other part on the design. Now, the reason why I decided to do this is because I want people's attention to fully see this first. I mean, after the picture here, then the next thing I want people to see on the project is this. Most time, why we always spend forever working on design project is when we use color with heavy contrast on most of the less important information on our design project. So you need to know high contrast color and then Let me say high contrast. You need to know the difference between warm color and cool color. The warm color most time are red, yellow, and that's one of the reasons why you need to be very careful with the way you use warm color on your background. You can use warm color on your background. You now need to play with the value of the warm color in such a way that it won't cover or hide the other information on the design project. So color is very important. You need to understand the difference between warm and then cool color. If you can tackle that area, I'm sure that it will ease you the stress of spending forever on design project. Then number 4 on my list here is the use of shapes. Shapes, they are part of what we use in replacement of image on our design project. I'm sure when you see a triangle, I'm sure you can identify this is a triangle. But we don't just use triangle because we just want to use triangle on our design project. We use triangle because there's a reason why the triangle is on the project. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because I've seen so many designers just use shapes on their design project because they don't want the design to look empty. You don't just use that shape on your design project. It's like when you are designing a food poster and then you now have a football boot on the poster. You see that the connection between the two is not there. And that's the same thing that happens when you use shape the wrong way on your design project. When the information on the project is not calling for the shape, I see no reason why you need to use it. The only time you use shape is when you are trying to say, okay, I want people to know that this information here is important. We use shape on our design project the way we use image in graphic design. So be careful with the way you use shape. The number 6 on my list here is working under pressure. Now, as creatives, part of what always makes us spend forever working on design projects is when working in an uncomfortable environment. When I was asked to work on this project, I had so many things in my mind at the same time. I was planning for this training, and also I have clients who are waiting for me to deliver before close of work. So I was thinking of all these things and I was working on these projects at the same time. And this affected my, not being able to come up with something good. I end up spending hours working on this project. But, me knowing that, okay, part of what always affects the success of our design is, working under pressure and not following the right principle. So I took my time and then look at the project again and see where, I made mistake. So I decided to redesign it. I redesigned it using the right element and making sure that I play with the design principle correctly. So I end up coming up with this concept. So working under pressure most time is not good for we creatives. So when you're asked to work on design project, relax, make sure you don't have anything bothering your mind, because we display what we have, what is going on inside of us on our design project. Now, the last part here is the design brief. Like I said at the beginning of this training, I said there's a picture that every design must form. And part of how we create this picture is putting all the design elements together to form the look. Now, when we don't do this the right way, it's going to affect the success of the design. And that's part of the reason why we always sit down and then we will just be looking at design and then start looking for what is not working on the design project. All right. So the brief is very, very key. So you need to understand the project. You need to ask questions. What exactly are we doing here? Why this project? What is the goal? Who are the target audience? Are there colors that you don't like? Are there colors these are the questions you ask the clients. Are there colors you don't like? Are there things that you think we should avoid on this project? And then you now start seeing the client giving you the information that you need to come up with the project. Then when you have received the brief, before you get to your PC, draw out how you want the layout to look. In fact, like what I always say to you guys here, our hand work well with our brain if we don't invite any third-party gadget to work with us. If you're working on design project, try as much as possible to get yourself a jotter. I have with me here, I have my notepad here. Alright, so whenever I'm asked to work on design project, after receiving the brief, I use this to draw my layout. Now, layout is another way of making your design, doing your design easy and fast. When you are good at knowing, okay, this is going to serve as my contrast, you know how to draw out, okay, this is going to serve as the first thing I want people to see. This is the next thing I want them to see. And then you now start drawing how you want those information to be arranged on your design project. You will find out that coming up with design is going to be easy for you and fast. Most of the reason why we always spend forever working on design projects is we don't have a picture of what we want to do before we get to our PC. Yes, some of us already know the illustration to use, but there's a part of you drawing out the plan of how you want the layout to look. And there are times when you don't even need to draw the layout, that maybe there's a design you see online that you like the layout, then you can just copy the layout of the design and then apply it to your project. But there's a part of you having the layout of how you want the elements to be arranged in every project that you are asked to work on. Not doing this is going to make you spend forever working on design project, and at the end of the day, you end up destroying the look of the project, even if you have done the right thing. All right, so I am going to stop here today, and here you can hit the subscribe button if you love this video, and then also like it, and remember to share with your graphic design friend, and I'll see you again in the next one. Peace.